Hello. So somebody in my last video on Bieber asked me if I can look at like how he feels about Selena Gomez and if they are like what kind of spiritual relationship they might have, right? So I am doing my normal format and I think it's what came out. I have to tell you guys, I always keep it real. Whatever spirit tells me, that's what it is, okay? I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm not going to tiptoe around things. I am going to try to be courteous. Of course, that's always what I aim for. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody ever, okay? So straight off the bat, this is the deal. The bottom of the deck shows the Empress and Justice. All right. There are a couple of things that come through on this. One, I feel like there was potentially a pregnancy over the years that occurred between Justin and Selena. And I'm not exactly sure when, but there may have been a pregnancy that was terminated or she lost it, but there was a pregnancy, and they decided to do whatever it is that they decided to do, and that's really none of our business. But he wanted to marry her, okay? He really did. I'm going to keep it real, 100% real, okay? She was his ideal, and she is the girl that he could never let go of. All right. Sometimes we have those. All right. That happens in all relationships. And I think it was pretty even keel, but I think he did love her a little bit more than she loved him. I think just seeing an overview of this reading, there was a lot of toxicity between them. All right. This is not like 100% like butterflies and rainbows here. Obviously, they broke up. So, there had to have been some situations that occurred. I don't think that this is necessarily... All right, here's the thing. If there was this pregnancy, I really feel like it might have been something that ate away at both of them, because it is in the foundation of the reading. So how I feel this is showing up is that it was something that one or both of them could not reconcile, as much as they tried to together. There was something about this experience that was hard, I think, for Justin, to be honest. Both of them, I think. But, I'm not going to get in like too deep about that, but it's there. So I have past, present, and future. Justin's feelings about her feelings about him, and then the energy between them, okay? So straight off the bat, Justin is coming out as, in the past, his feelings for her are interesting. This made me laugh. This duo of tarot card and oracle card came out. The 10 of Cups and the third party sitch card. Okay, so Selena was the girl that he went after, that he pursued, that he saw as his ideal soulmate, okay? They had a soulmate connection. He saw the divine love. Okay, yes, I'm going to say it right now. This is a divine sort of love that they have between them on a soul level. And it was very tumultuous at times. I would say this is probably more twin flame leaning, but I really don't like to give labels to things, but I'm just going to leave it at they have a divine soulmate connection, okay? And he definitely knew that he wanted to marry this woman and have children with her. Like he was, I'm in, I'm all in, I'm all in. Okay. Somebody got in between them, though. Somebody got in between them. He feels that she had something on the side. I don't know anything about these people, you guys. I don't know anything. All right. So I don't know what the tabloids have said over the years when they were together. I don't know anything like that. What I'm seeing is what I'm seeing. And Justin's feelings are that you were my everything. You were my emotional support. You were my the emotional stability and like domestic joy and like everything that I could hope for. This happily ever after that he wanted to have. But he feels that she had some kind of third party interfering with their relationship. I'm not going to say that she cheated on him. This is how I feel. I feel like it was actually one of her female friends that interfered in their relationship. But I think it was purposeful. But I think he blames Selena for that. And he's still kind of hurt about that. That's something that happened in the past that he feels was a moment where it all kind of shattered. Like his image of everything, like this bubble that he had of that happily ever after just burst, you know? And Selena is coming out as somebody who had a lot of she had a lot of balance before they started seeing her. Okay, she was a pretty well balanced human. She had a lot of self-control. She was a very calm, tranquil, and serene sort of person, right? And everybody in the business, honestly, saw her as a sweetheart. And she was really talented, too. People thought she was really talented. They felt that she was going places, okay? So her feelings about him was that she was hoping to... In the past, she was really hoping that they were going to... She kind of felt like more puppy love with him, you know, like we're sweethearts, you know, and it's cute and whatever, you know, it's like, like that. But she also saw it as like she felt like she was being healed when she was around him. She felt like she was living vicariously through his happily ever after bubble with him, you know, and that she kind of fell into that a little bit. Not that it was a bad thing at all. It was just something that was more him than her. She wanted to be balanced, and I feel like that's the main thing. She felt like she could be that way with him, but then there's this other angle that Spirit is showing me, that when they got into a relationship, There were certain things about Justin that were imbalanced, and it was showing up, and it wasn't something that she felt like the need to escape from. It was something that she didn't know was affecting her on a personal level and was causing her to be imbalanced as well. Okay, she didn't like who he was, how he was rubbing off on her. And that has to do with like emotional maturity, right? They were very young when they started dating. And in the past, it is a very interesting thing to see this, that there were a couple of times in the past. Wow. Okay. There were a couple of times in the past that they wanted to go to Vegas and get married. I'm just putting it out there. Like, it was like this spontaneous, impulsive thing that they both wanted to do, and then they just didn't do it. I think, something always kind of sobered them up. All right. And speaking of that, I really feel as though there was some kind of toxicity between them at some point in their relationship, where drugs are concerned, where the law, there was something that they could have gotten into a lot of trouble with the law. Okay. This is the energy between them in the past. This is just one angle that I'm coming from here, but there was drug use, and I think things changed very rapidly, and things got to a pretty toxic place quickly. And it's not a blame game here. It's just two young people navigating through fame, being a couple in the limelight, and also dealing with their own personal issues, their individual issues, and then their issues together. It's a lot for anybody. And it doesn't matter what kind of platform they have. At the end of the day, they're humans. They're just like us, okay? They just happen to be like super, super, super famous, okay? But that doesn't mean that they aren't going to have the same kinds of dynamics in their relationships and all the things. So yeah, I feel like there was just this, the past was moving. In the past, things were moving very quickly, and both of them did not have time to see how things were kind of like spiraling down. They were spiraling together. Okay. They loved each other very much. I'm not going to deny that. They really did. Okay. I think much of, much of what happened in their relationship in the past had a lot to do with Justin and where he was mentally and emotionally. And he wasn't progressing with her in a growing up and the maturing of their relationship. It wasn't happening. And things were happening where it was like she was going along with things. She was doing things that were out of character. One of her friends got involved. He didn't like that. There was a time where they were acting very brazen and impulsively and doing drugs. And I feel like Selena knew better. But at the same time, I think it's one of those things that he got her into it. and she couldn't like get herself out of it. Ooh, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Is this true? Like, I don't even know if this is accounted for at all. Because like I said, I don't know anything about them, but have they had like some, I know he had a history with drug use, but I didn't know that she did until this reading. So if anybody can clarify that, please do. So in the past, there were a lot of tumultuous things. There were a lot of things. They're young. They're super famous. I mean, I don't really expect anything different, to be honest with you. Present. Yeah, present. Present is not good, all right? So, yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Ooh, God, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I really don't know how to say this. Oh, my God. Allegedly, okay? This is all alleged, all right? And if anybody knows this, I don't know if somehow Selena was involved in these Diddy parties with Justin, or these, whatever environments that he orchestrated, Diddy orchestrated. I don't know if Selena went to them with Justin. We know that Justin was there. We know because there's video evidence that Justin hung out with Diddy and others. But I want to know if that might be a thing, because that's how it's showing up for me. And the reason why it's showing up like that is like, okay, he is really not wanting. This is how he feels and what he's feeling about Selena Gomez right now. Okay. He wants, I feel like she knows what Justin is going through because of their past together. Okay? And she knows on an intuitive level what they experienced together, what he's feeling about it, and also like what he's afraid of happening. I think she was probably one of the only people in his life that ever got close to knowing what happened to him. The High Priestess came out with the courthouse card, and it's just like this. He's not wanting to talk. He's not wanting to talk, and she's not wanting to talk to him either. Okay, there's this, ever since this stuff came out, maybe 2-3 years ago now. I don't know when the Diddy stuff started to surface with the Cassie lawsuits and stuff, but we got to, I don't remember exactly when we started to hear all these stories about him in the media, but it looks like as soon as that started, they both knew, like, this was really bad. And they both started to spiral a little bit. And I think that, I think they both tried to do things to make it, like, go away, or to carry on with their lives as if they weren't involved in some way. Not that they would have necessarily been predators. I think they were prey. I think they were both preyed upon. Yeah, the courthouse stuff. Why do I feel like Diddy was a supplier of drugs for them when they were like doing drugs in the past? That was random. Anyway, we're talking about their emotions for each other, but this stuff keeps coming up, guys. I'm so sorry. Their feelings for each other are sort of intertwined with this whole thing that's going on with the legal stuff. Their involvement in the shadiness, the stuff that's really like underground that nobody talks about, Holly weird, all of these things that happen behind closed doors that nobody knows about. So they're both feeling a heightened sense of their like intuition and psychic knowing right now. Okay. And I think that they both want to talk to each other, but then at the same time they don't. So they're kind of avoiding it. But there are a lot of secrets. High Priestess is about secrets. The Moon, secrets. Things that are hidden. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. There's that. They are calling on their higher power to get them through this so that they don't have to be involved in these courthouse proceedings. Yeah. And she's not feeling she's not feeling good about Justin right now. Selena feels betrayed by him in some way, okay? She feels he was sneaky and dishonest and cunning, and she was like, peace out. I'm not doing this anymore. Peace in the Middle East. I'm not doing this. Unbothered. Completely unbothered by you. All right? You don't faze me. Something's going on, guys. I don't know what it is. And if there are any like super online sleuths out there that know what might be going on that's sneaky on social media, like on their accounts, because I feel like this has to do with like somebody doing something kind of shady on social media, like throwing shade at Selena. What is that? Because I don't know. But there's like dishonest, sneaking, scheming, strategy, betrayal, deception, getting away with something, like being slick. But there's, yeah, it's, could it be that Justin said something about her online? She's not happy with him. She's not happy with him. She's pissed off, actually, right now. She's unbothered, but at the same time, she's like, she is hurt by what's going on. But she's not going to be, like, she's not going to completely succumb to being hurt. Like, she's focused on other things, but at the same time she's focused on like the shade too. So like, I mean, choose a lane. But no, Selena's intuitive, and she's pretty involved, and she will be quiet when she needs to be because there are bigger issues going on. She's really not going to fall into that petty stuff, but there's a lot of petty stuff going on between them. They're both trying to get at each other, okay? They're both trying to get at each other like they're trying to manipulate something or someone or whatever. There's manipulation going on. There's like, I'm your puppeteer and you're going to do this for me. It's weird. It's like somebody who is going to do something, let's say, like do the bidding of Justin to get at Selena, and do the bidding for Selena to get at Justin. And it's like there's a lot of like cold, ruthless manipulative, controlling, abusive power here between them currently. I do feel like this might have more to do with the court stuff than it does with them personally. But I do feel like they're not happy with each other in the moment. I think that they're also worried perhaps that they would have to talk to each other again, or would have to see each other again at some function in the future. But there's a little bit of this, they have their own way of communicating with each other in an unspoken way that only they know. It's so strange. It's like this weird psychic connection. Oh, that could have something to do with the divine soulmate connection that they have. Like they're almost like telepathic with each other. That's very interesting. It happens on a mental level too. Wow. That's really interesting. So they're trying to speak to each other without having to physically speak to each other. That's why the High Priestess is here. But Selena's, out of all of this, Selena is like, I want nothing to do with you. And the future is something is about to happen in the future that involves Selena. It could involve her fiance, Benny Blanco. It could involve their marriage, or maybe they start a family or something, right? Something is happening in the future with Selena, in Selena's life, that is causing an upheaval and a destruction and a disastrous, traumatic chain of events in Justin's life. He feels like there are times, I'm keeping it real. There are times when Justin really wants to, when he thinks about being with Selena, there are times where he thinks about that. There's like no denying it with what I'm seeing here. He has very strong feelings about her. Like there's nothing very light about this. This is very major arcana. This is very big. And even for her, so he does think about her. He feels like he can't get away from her, and that's what bothers him. Like, because he still has thoughts about her, he feels like I'm under her spell. Like, there's no way that I could ever not think of her and not see her everywhere. That could be another reason why Justin wants to get away. Because, like, you know, Selena was just at the Oscars, and, like, she was with Benny, and, like, they were, she had her engagement ring on, I think. I'm pretty sure I saw it. But I think he is feeling like this, feeling the need to break the spell that he feels that he is under, okay? He's having a tower moment. This is Mars. This is Scorpio. This is a total crumbling of one's foundation. And at the star comes after the tower in the major arcana. Tower is 16, star is 17. So it's only good things after that. Just because the tower comes crumbling down doesn't mean that you are not going to be illuminated to start building again. You have another chance. Your wishes will be fulfilled. It's coming out with the love spot. I just feel like he's having this moment of like crumbling because he can't do anything about something going on in her life. Maybe he has these very strong feelings about her being with Benny Blanco. I would think that he might, considering that they wrote music together, I think, or Benny wrote songs for him. I know that because I that Lonely song, when I watched the performance, Benny Blanco was on that performance. I didn't know who he was before that. And then I started to hear about him a little bit more as the years went by. And now he's with Selena. Selena in the future is feeling very Nine of Swords. She comes out with the Nine of Swords in the community card. Yeah. She's also feeling like, I mean, she's not having a tower moment, but she might as well, because she's having sleepless nights. She's having paranoia, negativity. She's kind of in an energy about him. And I wonder, because it has, what's between them in the future is the Devil and the relationship card. So it's about toxic energies. It's about abuse, addiction. And that makes me think of Diddy coming out with the relationship card, like their relationship, and all of it was pretty toxic, but at the same time, their relationship and what happened in the beginning years might be coming back to show itself because of Diddy, because of the trials and all the information that's going to trickle out in the coming years. And she's worried about it. She's also extremely worried about her Latin community, that the people that are being, it's very straightforward, this that came out, the Nine of Swords and the community card. She's very, very scared for specifically the Mexican Americans that are being deported in Texas by ICE, but all over. But that is keeping her, she's very, very worried. Almost, it's affecting her everyday life. It's not good. She's doing the best that she can to help the people that she can. She's trying to find ways to help so that she doesn't feel like she's drowning completely and cannot do anything to save anybody. So there's that. Also, a dog? What about a dog? Are they going to get a dog together? Benny and Selena? Did they get a dog together? I don't know. Okay, but she's in a state of fear. She's in a state of fear. Justin is as well. And between them, it's no bueno. Guys, no bueno. It is toxic energies. They're obsessed. There's an obsession here, but it's the shadows that they thought that they could hide from the world, the shadows that they thought that they could push down within themselves, the shadows that are the experiences that they had that are of a seedy nature coming to the surface is a fear for them. And they don't want their relationship to be on display like that. They are trying to move on. They've tried to move away from each other. They're both, sort of intrinsically linked, and the world is not letting them not be linked either. So it's like they are on a spiritual and mental, emotional level linked to each other on personally. They have a telepathic thing. And then on the other hand, the world is also like all the fans that want them to be together. Like, they can't really escape the other one. So they're trying to like move on, but they can't move on. So yeah, there's resentments and things, you know. I think that they blame each other for stuff, but you know, at the same time, I think they understand. They're trying to understand a little bit more about like how this is. Honestly, they're thinking about how this is going to affect their partners too. These lawsuits are huge right now for them in their lives, okay? And I feel like they both really want to reach out to each other to talk about what could possibly go down, or they already have in secret spoken to each other. But I don't think that they are going to remain friends or anything like that. I don't see that happening at all, honestly. They're both trying to move away from each other, and this is the near future. This is not forever, and it's not set in stone. It doesn't mean that things won't unfold differently, okay? That like in the future, they might have experienced life separately and then found their ways back to each other again. Like, that's all possible. Anything is possible. But for right now, the things that they're faced with in their that are haunting them from their pasts are kind of taking center stage, and they're both really scared about it, and they don't want to be connected to the other person. They aren't, yeah. And they also know that it would be a really bad idea for them to be together, because they had a lot of toxicity, especially when it came to like addictions, okay? So they know that when they're together, it leads to that, okay, addictions. And so they just know generally that it's probably best. But I'm going to say this. They both had the highest hopes for their relationship. In the past, they did. They were each other's ideals. Maybe more so for Justin, that she was his ideal, but they loved each other very much. And things happened that are pretty unfortunate. But you know what? Haley is somebody whose mother is kind of somebody who's helped her, like Haley's father, get through addiction. It's something that she knows. She's used to it in her life. So I think she's designed to sort of be the savior for a man. She thinks that that's love. So wiping him up off the floor, yeah, she likes to do it. It can get tiring though. But I don't think Selena it's not that she didn't have it in her to do that. I think she just kind of became the same as him. And so two messes make a bigger and bigger mess when they're together. So it wasn't a good thing for them to stay together. They needed to separate. But that means, what I feel is that down the road, I sort of feel like there is a possibility, and I'm not saying this for near future, I'm saying this like years. And I will come back. I will come back and do another reading at some point about them and just see where they are, okay? It's interesting. I'd like to know. They seem like good people. Maybe not like the best people, but like, they've been through a lot of stuff that none of us could really imagine. So I have to, show them some grace. And so that's what I'm doing. And I hope that this reading finds you well. And if you have any questions or if you want to request a reading of some kind, please do so. And I am sending you so much love now and always.